A rally against poverty during the G8 meeting. Charities are working overtime in the run-up to the G8 summit, and last night in London, one British company did its bit to raise awareness about poverty in Africa. Cafédirect, the fair trade coffee maker, held a mini arts festival in an unusual venue, the glass pods of London's big wheel, the London Eye. Cafédirect says it wants to change cultural attitudes towards Africa. Its chairman, Krishna, joins us now. Mr. Kupala, thank you so much for being with us. What are the cultural attitudes towards Africa?
The cultural attitudes towards Africa has been that we have always been focusing on the gloom and the doom of Africa. And at Cafédirect, we strongly believe that we need to bring out the vibrancy and the diversity of Africa. And in order to do so, we came up with this creative thought of using the London Eye. And the rationale for the London Eye was driven by the fact that most of our products at Cafédirect try to give to the end consumer an uplifting experience. And the London Eye uplifts you over the entire landscape of London.
And the idea is that the products that you're selling comes directly from farmers who grow, say, the cocoa beans as well, the tea leaves. Is that do I have that right?
Yes, that is right. And what we do is we bring to the table a very unique business model there. If you may have heard, you know about what is called as a fair trade practice, wherein a premium is paid beyond the commodity price, which is paid for the beans in the stock exchanges.
What kind of a battle is it then for companies like yours when you're having to compete with large corporations such as Starbucks, such as any other coffee company it's got billions behind it, and yet you're having to go directly to the coffee grower and sell to the individual customer? What are you hoping to bank on? Not necessarily on the money, but what else are you hoping to bank on?
I mean, when it comes to the principles of competition, the fundamental basis with which we compete is probably there is a leaning towards the ethos of fair trade and helping marginalized producers. But beyond that, the underpinning principle is principle of quality.
Are you thinking that maybe this will indeed not necessarily bypass the Make Poverty campaign in terms of what the G8 summit or what Bob Geldof wants the G8 summit to focus on, but more about the fact that Africans should help themselves in order to dig themselves out of the poverty?
Absolutely. And on top of that, what I would like to add to that is that we believe that just giving money alone doesn't solve the problem. One has to put together forms of sustainable businesses. And because Africa is very rich and has the potential to grow some commodity crops, and if we can make sure all these farmers recoup the basic costs of living, we see a tremendous amount of value getting added to Africa. Just to give another small illustration.
Let me just quickly ask before I have to let you go, but one of the things is that how do you bypass the tight government controls that various African countries have? How do you bypass going directly to the farmer and making sure that they get the money that they earned and that they deserve when there are a lot of countries in Africa that are corrupt?
That is very correct. In fact, our dealings with the governments are pretty limited because we procure beans directly from the farmers, and we do have an internal organization at Cafédirect which we call as the Producer Support and Organization. We use all our operating profits, and the premiums that we have promised is channeled through this particular organization directly into the farmer cooperatives back in Africa.
All right, Mr. Kupala, thank you so much for your time.
Thank you so much, Marita.